Mounds glistened with dew. Early in the morning, deep in the forest, old man and his grandson, foraging, they decided to walk to the mounds. The old man, thinking of a little joke to play on the boy, the curious kid, with his walking stick just like his old granddad, picking up anything interesting along the way. Odd plants, berries, mushrooms, leaves, sticks, whatever, piqued his interest. They could see it, almost like pulling them closer, like magnets were buried inside their soul, pulling them forward. The old man hasn't forgotten about his joke he wanted to play on his little grandson. He remembered a good one his old man taught him when he was young. The boy couldn't wait to climb the mound. As the old man approached, he was already on top. The old man knew just what to say to the kid. "What is this thing? This is a weird hill. Never seen a hill like this." The old man told him it wasn't a hill. It wasn't a hill at all. But it was a big bubble. An earth bubble. "An earth bubble," he said. "What do you mean? What is that?" He said, "Sometimes air gets caught underneath the surface of the grass, forms a big bubble, an air bubble. And if you take this walking stick of yours and pop it, it'll sound like a giant whoopee cushion." So the kid couldn't resist. He grabbed his stick, stabbed it into the ground, hard as he could. It didn't bust at all. He looked up. The old man said, "Look at that. You didn't even break it. Gotta go harder than that." The kid digging as fast as he could with his stick. The old man climbed up to the top. The kid had already reached a layer of busted seashells and pearls shined in the sun. He told the kid to stop. He didn't think this was funny all of a sudden. He knew that the secret below those shells were nothing to joke about. But there was one thing that he couldn't resist. He remembered that the artifacts below could cost him his life. He had heard stories, people getting violently ill, people returning the artifacts and being right as rain immediately. The boy had already unearthed a spearhead about 1.5 feet long, immaculate condition, carved from coral. "Never saw anything like this," he said. The kid was excited. He thought it looked pretty neat. The old man knew that he was going to return to this mound and get to the bottom of every last bit of treasure in that mound, even if he had to unearth the remains of who put it there. They returned home. The old man knew he had to return that night with the right equipment to do the job. It was late, and he approached the mound. He walked through the fog, climbing the mound, slipping every other step from the dew. He reached to the top and began to dig with his pick and shovel, unearthing bones, clothing, armor, tools, instruments used in rituals, and bagging every bit of it in his big burlap sack. There was a tunnel, and he had just enough fuel in his lantern to go to the bottom of this little, what he thought was a little hideaway. He climbed to the bottom, on his hands and knees now, pitch black behind him. He knew there was a true treasure down there. Couldn't resist. The smell, almost unbearable. He coughed and groaned. Couldn't believe the stench, the foul stench he had never even smelled before. The depths of this mound. seemed to never end until he heard the tunnel collapsing behind him. He knew he had nowhere to turn but to keep going all the way to the bottom. He knows he has made a dire mistake here. His lantern slowly dies out. Now he's in complete and utter darkness. No one can hear him or find him. And he began to realize that the mound has started to swallow him.